great shift. 12/21. It's upon us. It's coming up. And what's going to happen? There's a big paradigm shift happening. And how are you embarking on it? What tools are you using? What intensity are you expecting? Today, I kind of want to unravel the intensity. It's been an intense year, 2020. It's been an intense time. And what if there could be a different way right now to kind of come into this paradigm shift? So what do I mean by the paradigm shift and what's happening? Well, Jupiter and Saturn are aligning. This is creating a whole energetic shift in 3D living on planet Earth. And we get, wherever we are with our vibration and dimensional living, we get to work with that paradigm shift. And it's an exciting time. But I want to give you two things that I'm pretty excited about using that I started today, and that's going to unravel the intensity and kind of slip into this shift with more ease. Stay tuned. This is Rebecca Abraxas. We're expanding our consciousness, remembering our greatness together. So we're going to dive in a bit today, and we are going to dive in so we can rise high. What am I talking about? I'm talking about that 12/21 shift. There's a huge paradigm shift happening, and life as we know it supposedly is really going to start to change. And some of us who are energetically sensitive can start feeling it already. But on 12/21, this is going to be the lock-in of the shift. And that shift is going to create a paradigm shift that's going to be happening for several years. The cool part about this shift is that if we tune in to what we most desire, it can be manifesting with the energetics that this paradigm shift is presenting to us. But I wanted to talk about something that I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about, and that's ecstasy and joy and full enjoyment of your human experience, wherever you are on your awakening and ascension journey. No one really talks about it. You know, on my videos lately, I've been talking a lot about ascension symptoms because I've been going through them a lot, and they're not that joyful. Actually, they can create a lot of suffering. And I'm intending that I go through more joy and ecstasy, even if I'm experiencing ascension symptoms. So you want to join with me learning about ecstasy and joy? Stay tuned here. There's two really important things that you're going to have to work on every single day if you want to go through this paradigm shift with joy and ecstasy. And what do I mean by that? But first I want to talk about awakening, and I want to talk about ascension just briefly. So awakening is that point in time where you're like, pop, and you realize you are not just a human having an energetic spiritual experience. You realize that you are an energetic spiritual being having a human experience, and you get this broader perspective. Now, that's an awakening, and that can happen several times. The extent of this perspective can really come out. I had several of those early on, and then I studied the Course in Miracles at the end of my 20s, and oh my gosh, that perspective just went woo, and it was like someone took the rug out from under me, and life got a little strange, but it was great. It was a great awakening time. Now, ascension is an awakening time that involves sustaining the vibration that these new perspectives open us up to. And we start raising our vibration incrementally, and we start holding them in these physical bodies. That's part of the ascension process. And that's what I talk a lot about here today on these videos that I have on my channel. Because this has been my experience, so I just want to share it as I go along, because if it's my experience, I'm sure someone is having a flavor of this on the planet. So hopefully it's helping out people in their ascension process. So ascension can get uncomfortable, especially with paradigm shifts, because with a paradigm shift comes different energies to the planet. Higher frequency energies, gamma rays, radio waves, just high vibrational waves that as people ascending are learning to integrate into these bodies, and it can hurt. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about learning how to sustain those frequencies and being able to sustain joy. Now, I had a myth that ascension, the higher your vibration goes, the easier and more joyful life will get. It's a possibility. However, if we focus on how much contrast there is between a new higher frequency and a lower frequency, that's that resistance. So where is the focus? So the first thing is focus. We have to see where we are putting our energy toward, and that's where we'll see if we're in resistance or allowance. Now, if you're in total allowance, you're going to have more ease, even if you have a physical discomfort or symptom. So I want to go into now these two things that are really important to practice as we head into and toward 12/21. And that is peace and radical presence. Peace and presence. So just yesterday I was practicing radical presence and I was walking my dog. I'll show you the pictures. I was walking the dog and I took pictures of myself seeing things for the first time. And I went on the walk with the perspective that, what if I saw this for the first time? And I was in so much awe and bliss and joy seeing like the branches or the ice or the fall grasses. And it's just, I'll post them right here. And it's, you know, there's so much beauty we take for granted because, oh yeah, been there, done that. But guys, what's really going to help us get through this paradigm shift and really tuning into what we most desire so we can take advantage of this manifesting power in these next 2 years is get radically present, okay? Right here, right now. No future expectation or projection, no memory or programming from the past. Pull it all in, be right here, right now. And it's like every 10 seconds. It's like every 10 seconds you pull yourself in without expectations and out projections and without memories. You know, wasn't it Eckhart Tolle who said, like, pictures should just fade after 10 years. So radical presence, people, are you able to live with that? A lot of us can unhook our past programming, okay? There's a lot going on about past programming, and a lot of us are learning how to unhook from the past programming. However, we are taught about possibilities, future projections, you know, goal setting, and we don't talk about how that can be disruptive too. So having radical presence means you are in total acceptance of the here and now, right here, and you are in total trust and faith of this now moment, which means that the next 10 seconds, you will be in total faith and trust of the now moment. And which, you know, some of us will say, well, I've got to pay my bills. I've got to work. I've got to have projections of what my business is going to do. And my feedback is, do you? Do you? Or is that just another level of trying to control 3D? Or if you really let go, what would you actualize? And that is the power of actualizing and manifesting that's coming our way with this new paradigm. It's not the old way of vision boarding, seeing it first and then creating it. It's feeling it first, being the acceptance and the vibration of the here and now of what you want to be living, but live it right here, right now in radical presence. And then step into the next moment and step into the next moment and feel and be what you want your life to be right here, right now. And then guess what happens? It starts, future reality starts showing up that you get to be radically present in. So it's a little shift from what we have been doing with goal setting and vision boarding and all that. It's almost like those things kind of stunt the process, having a vision of what it should look like, because the universe can provide, and your future self can provide something for you that you didn't even think possible. So what I've been learning is that it never shows up the way you think it's going to. It's always a little different. So as we head into 12/21 and we go for this new paradigm, and we go for the opportunity of it, the opportunity to live the life that we truly want to live, guess what? We have to find the energy of that life we truly want to live and be it right here, right now. Now for me, peace, you know, peace and ease. Ooh, yeah, that's yummy to me. And so Thich Nhat Hanh, I learned a quote that Thich Nhat Hanh had said he has used for lots of different walking meditations. And it is, if you want peace, peace is with you immediately. Okay? If you want joy, joy is with you immediately. If you want ecstasy, ecstasy is with you immediately. Remember, I just talked about focus. Where's your focus? Peace, joy, ecstasy. If you want it, it's there immediately. The only reason you don't feel it, or you may not feel it, is because you are projecting into the future, or you are living from a past reality. So right here, radically present, if you want peace, if you want joy, boom, it's there immediately. And I practice this because I have a big shift happening in my family, and it's bringing up some emotion, and it's bringing up a lot of past for me. It's bringing up like, what did I do enough? Was I enough? What did I do? You know, like, yeah, it's bringing up some weird stuff. So guys, it's nothing I haven't processed before. So what I'm going to do is just get myself from the past, pull myself back, pull myself from the future. Because the future I'm saying is like, oh my God, like I had this expectation our family would be like this, this, and that. And oh my God, what if he doesn't do the, you know, it's just craziness what your mind can start creating. So I'm just pulling myself back, creating radical presence. And the only reason I wouldn't be happy today is because I thought our family would look like this, or I thought my son would do this, this, and that. And it's not so, it's showing up different. And if I can have radical acceptance and radical presence and really want joy and peace, I can have it right here, right now. But if I'm going to sabotage myself with past and future, I can't have it. If I want it right now, I can have it immediately. So this is what this new paradigm is showing us. So it's not like, you know, I'm hearing a lot that it's like, oh, you know, manifesting power in 12/21. Yes, but it's asking of us to do it differently. Okay. So can we have radical presence, and can we have peace, joy, and ecstasy? I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for this. It's a great time during this holiday season. 12/21's coming up. It's a holiday season. It's a great time to have joy, right? Peace. Yeah, let's go for this. So radical presence. And if you want something, you can have it immediately. You just have to be radically present to have it. I know. And so what is the suffering right now? What is the suffering with paradigm shifts, with raising our frequency? Again, it is the resistance to the present moment and being with what is. And I really feel like for myself anyway, is that I wonder if that would release some of these ascension symptoms for me. If I had radical presence, because in radical presence, you realize like, oh, I think I want a nap. Or, oh, I think I need to drink a gallon of water. Oh, I think I'm just going to go meditate for 3 hours. Like you in radical presence, you feel into what your body and being are asking of you, and you do it. Now, ascension symptoms come in when you're not paying attention, when you can't pay attention. Maybe you have a certain work situation or family life situation. And, you know, this hard stuff comes in, but really I feel like it's resistance to receiving. And so here I am having this like family drama, okay, all month, last month, and there's a lot of energy shifting and coming my way, and I'm trying to receive them, but like I'm in this lower vibe place dealing with a lot of 3D drama. That's resistance. Because like I always thought like, well, I'm not resisting, I'm so open to receiving. And no, it's a vibrational resistance. So if you're vibrationally here in like 3D drama and all this like high energetic is coming into you, right? It's a contrast, and in contrast, there's resistance. So we have to be dedicated to keeping our vibration high, right? Not getting caught up in the 3D yuck. I mean, guys, I've really been going through this. I mean, last week or 2 weeks ago, I was in the emergency room with a really, really bad headache. The drama and with my teen and like the shift of our family, like, you know, to regular people, it looks awful. And if I go there, I just crumble and sob. But if I stay really radically present and raise my vibration and say that, you know, my son, this being, has infinite wisdom and has his own awareness, and I trust that, and we're all good. We're all good. And then when this high vibration comes, you know, there's not as much as a resistance. There's not as much of a contrast. I hope that makes sense, but it makes sense in my brain. Like that, you know, if you are receiving high frequency energy, keep your vibration up as high as you can. So when you're in a receiving mode, that there's not as much contrast and ascension symptoms. So my ascension symptoms last month have been off the charts, and now I know why. You know, I love making these videos because as I talk this out with you guys, like I totally start getting the aha moment. You know, I was just really in a lot of density last month with some with parenting things, and with that density comes resistance and contraction around receiving this higher frequency. So if we're naming and claiming that, yes, I am personally growing, I'm awakening, I'm ascending, we claim that, be ready. Be ready, because your higher self is like, okay, here you go. That means you have to be in personal practice every single day to keep that vibration up, and to, you know, send high vibration to your food and to everything you put in and on your body, so that everything's a vibrational match. We have suffering when something's not a vibrational match. And this paradigm shift at 12/21 is really going to highlight that. So that's why I want to make these videos, making sure that you were ready for this. Like, it's going to really highlight a lot of things. It's going to highlight the contrast and highlight where we're not doing our work to keep our vibration up. So there's a lot happening here. 12/21, it is an opportunity for years. There's going to be several years of this paradigm shift with this astrological setup of Saturn and Jupiter conjunct. It's going to set up a wonderful time for manifesting and actualizing what we most desire. However, how we manifest those things is going to be very different. We are going to get the sense and the feeling of something first and live it. We're going to live it as if we're living it. We're going to live the vibration of it. And then the vibrational realities will unfold in ways that we never could have thought of personally. And it's going to be better than we ever thought. And some things that I think are really important to practice every day is radical acceptance, radical peace, and radical presence. Remember, Thich Nhat Hanh said, if you want peace, peace is with you immediately. That goes for everything. If you want joy, joy is with you immediately. Guys, this takes practice. This takes like moment to moment practice. Like every 10 seconds, check in, all right? Put an alarm on your phone, right? Like every 10 minutes for a few days until you get that. You need to be checking in with yourself. Am I being radically present? Am I being this? Am I choosing peace and joy? Then it could be mine. If I'm not feeling it, what future am I projecting into? What expectations do I have? What past programming am I living into? What past drama am I living? So if you're saying, I want peace and joy, you can have it immediately. If you notice it's not showing up, it's because you are not radically present. So this is super, super exciting. This is an exciting time. Ecstasy and joy is ours if we truly desire it. Now, guys, think about this. Ecstasy and joy has a certain vibration. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to be so selfish and I've got to think about the planet. Yeah, that's thinking about the planet. Raise your frequency, be willing to have your ecstasy and joy, and that frequency is potent. That frequency of joy and ecstasy is freaking potent. Get out of your head that your sadness and your worry is going to heal the planet. It's not. Like, the joy and ecstasy is a frequency that aligns the whole planet with a higher frequency. Right now, planet Earth could really use that. She is doing her best to just raise her frequency. And human beings are making it very hard for her. Are you going to be the problem, or are you going to be the solution for planet Earth to raise her frequency? So every 10 seconds, tune in. If you're choosing peace and joy, it should show up immediately. If it's not, you're living from this, okay? And if you are tuning into this paradigm shift that's happening, you have the capacity to manifest the best life that you desire by being the frequency of it first, without a vision of without an expectation. The expectation of what it's supposed to look like is slowing it down. Okay. This is the way I see things, guys. I hope it was a contribution. Let's close with a little song here. Coming back, right here, right now, coming back. Namaste, beautiful people. I'd love to have you in this tribe. Be sure to subscribe, like, and click that bell, and we'll see you tomorrow.